In 1900, the world is about to tip into a new century, fueled by innovation, revolution, and unimaginable catastrophe. We've spent hundreds of hours restoring rare, forgotten photographs to bring them back to life and show you how life felt in that fateful year. What happened in 1900 shaped the world you live in right now. This episode will show you how. In 1900, over 50 million people arrived in the City of Light, not for revolution, but for revelation. The Exposition Universelle wasn't just a world's fair, it was a glimpse into the future. Electricity lit up entire pavilions. Moving sidewalks carried guests through palaces of innovation. Technology felt like magic, a city daring to ask, what if anything was possible? For the first time, the Paris metro trains rumbled beneath Paris, and also above the streets. Silently rewriting how a city could move and how far the future could reach. This wasn't just a world's fair, it was a revolution, dressed in lights, powered by dreams, and running on rails. In the summer of 1900, China erupted in a storm of blood and fury. A secret society called the Righteous and Harmonious Fists, nicknamed the Boxers, rose up in rebellion. They believed they could channel spiritual power to resist bullets, and they had one target: foreign influence. For 55 days, foreign diplomats and civilians were trapped in Beijing under siege, while an international alliance of 8 nations sent troops to crush the uprising. The rebellion was crushed, but it marked the beginning of the end for Imperial China and a warning shot to the century ahead. The world was changing, and it would not change quietly. July 2nd, 1900. The sky above Lake Constance holds its breath. Below, a strange machine lumbers from its hangar, silent and shimmering like a silver whale. The world has never seen anything like it. 128 meters long, a rigid skeleton of aluminum and silk. Inside, Count Ferdinand von Zeppelin grips the controls, daring to lift mankind into the skies, not with wings, but with vision. Engines roar, the airship trembles, and then it rises. For 18 minutes, the LZ-1 floats above Germany, slow, majestic, otherworldly, a flying cigar drifting where only birds once ruled. It's not perfect, it wobbles, it leaks, but it flies, and with it, a dream is born that the skies are not the limit. They're just the beginning. September 8th, 1900. The sea is calm, the skies are blue, and no one in Galveston sees death coming. By nightfall, the deadliest natural disaster in U.S. history will have swallowed the city whole. Winds howl at over 140 miles per hour. The storm surge rises over rooftops. Wooden homes splinter like matchsticks. Families cling to each other as waves tear through the streets. There was no warning, no radar, no escape, only the raw power of nature and the helpless silence of those caught in its path. More than 6,000 lives lost. Some say 8,000. No one truly knows. It was a city washed from the map, and a nation shaken awake to the fury of the modern world. In 1900, catching a criminal was still a game of guesswork, names, faces, and assumptions. But in a quiet office in London, one man was about to change that forever, with a single touch. His name was Edward Henry, a civil servant, a thinker, and the man who brought order to the chaos of identity. Inspired by a method from India and determined to replace the flawed bygone system, Henry introduced a radical idea that no 2 fingerprints are alike and that they could speak louder than any name. Shortly after, fingerprints were used to solve a crime for the very first time in Britain. No witnesses, no confessions, just science. Edward Henry's work was the birth of forensic identification and changed police work forever. If you liked that episode, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps keeping this restoration project going. And comment what part of history you would like to see brought back to life.